Hey guys, GummerX here. Yes, that is my giant bear. So today we're going to talk about the fate of the Toki Toki No Mi. Yes, the TimeTime fruit. So way back 20 years ago when Kazuki Toki actually was burnt alive in Odin's castle, her fruit got sent back into circulation, and we do have some evidence as to where this fruit may have ended up. So let's get into it. So the Toki Toki No Mi is this amazing devil fruit that Oda boldly introduced into the One Piece series because it can send people forward in time. And yes, the user can use it on others or themselves to go forward in time, which is this epic paramecia ability here that was introduced in the series. And why it's so bold that Oda introduced this into the series is because it's so OP, and a lot of people think this is why it will only be introduced one time and used this one time, but we know that it will resurface, you guys. Every character that has died in the One Piece series has had their devil fruit resurface at some point, aside from Corazon, Monet, and Kazuki Toki. So these three characters alone have not had their devil fruits resurface yet. They still could. So among Whitebeard and Absalon and Ace and the Smiley, essentially all of these devil fruits have come back out at some point, and we know exactly how they come back to life. Yes, if there is a fruit that matches in the distance here, it will essentially go from the user who had just died into this fruit. And this is exactly what happened when Kazuki Toki died 20 years ago back in Odin's castle, you guys. So the most epic aspect of this whole idea here is we're seeing that Odin back 20 years ago had this paradise farm that he built. Yes, there is this bolded text in a panel of the manga here where Kinemon is actually discussing with the others and giving them this flashback about the Daimyo, essentially when Odin was taking over and he was building this amazing area, and he's got this castle and there's this paradise farm, you guys. A lot of people forget about this, but they were actually flourishing back 20 years ago before Orochi and Kaido took over and started slaying everything and making everything poison, taking all of the resources and sucking them out of the lands and putting them into the flower capital. There was actually different regions that were controlled by different daimyos here, and one of these was Kiri, and in Kiri there was Odin's castle and there was this farm, and essentially when Kazuki Toki was taken down in the castle, this fruit was transferred over to this farm. And who was in this farm? It was none other than Kazuki Odin's direct followers, you guys. So yes, this fruit is going to resurface in Wano here during this amazing arc. Maybe during this epic battle, maybe it could help with this transformation that we're expecting from Luffy and some of the Straw Hats here to get them on par with what they have to go up against, essentially Kaido and Blackbeard, who's growing at an ever so dangerous rate outside of the land of Wano right now. But essentially, this fruit will resurface. And a lot of people are really doubting that this fruit will resurface simply because Corazon's and Monet's fruits have yet to resurface in the One Piece series. But I gotta point out that both of these fruits were in pretty desolate areas. They were really remote and away from essentially everything. But this is not the case at all for Kazuki Toki. When she was in Odin's castle, and the fact that they point out directly that there is this paradise farm right outside of Odin's castle, I think it's this huge hint, and it's bolded especially in the panels. We know that Oda does these things for a reason, you guys. I think it's direct foreshadowing that this fruit was sent directly to this farm and in the hands of one of the Alliance here. So really excited to see it surface. I think that as Act 3 of Wano does start to play out here, we're going to start to get a lot more of these mythical beasts, hopefully a lot more of these Zoans that we were all expecting from the Beast Pirates, and then maybe the Toki Toki No Mi will resurface. We're going to get Zoro development with these swords, you guys. This is the best arc. I absolutely love this arc of One Piece so far. What do you guys think about this arc? So with this idea of the Toki Toki No Mi, yes, this epic, very overpowered TimeTime fruit being reintroduced, there's this very far-fetched idea that Denjiro might actually have this fruit, you guys. We haven't seen him in forever, and then when we see this panel where the Odin's castle is actually being burnt down, we also don't see Denjiro in front of it. So maybe he was over at this farm where essentially a lot of Odin's followers were at the time. So it could be kind of crazy if Denjiro finally gets reintroduced after all of this time, and maybe he got his hands on this fruit. Maybe he's eaten it. Maybe he just got his hands on it for someone else and he knows the power that it has. But that would be amazing if Denjiro got introduced, had this fruit with him. What do you guys think? It is kind of far-fetched. If not Denjiro, who do you guys think could have this fruit now? Do you personally think it will resurface? Do you think this farm being boldly introduced, paradise farm right next to Odin's castle. As they're describing Odin's castle being burnt down and Kazuki Toki dying in the story is good foreshadowing that this fruit has lived on and been sent there. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear from you. Please smash that subscribe button and the like button, you guys. I absolutely love getting feedback from you guys. Thank you so much. This audience is growing and it's all because of you guys. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't seen my other Toki Toki No Mi Devil Fruit video, directly talking about how Kazuki Toki jumped forward in time and may have connections with Joy Boy and Zunisha. You guys got to check that one out. If you haven't seen a lot of my older videos about Kaido not having a devil fruit or Aokiji being a revolutionary, go check those ones out, you guys. Thank you so much and have a great day.